Good morning, students. Good morning to all. So, last day we have studied the objectives of business, the third lesson. So, and we have studied some of the characteristics of business, right? So many of the characteristics of business we have studied. Okay, today we can go to the objectives of business. Okay, some of the objectives also has in this business. Okay, we have studied the objectives of business. Okay, students, objectives of business. So every business enterprises has certain objectives which regulate and generate its activities. So the objectives are needed in every area. So where performance and results directly affect the survival and the prosperity of a business. If any of one of the business organizations want to survive in this business area, and these organizations want to improve their prosperities and earning more profit, it must have some of the objectives. So on the basis of the objectives only, every business organizations can able to make some of the profit and survive in this business world. Okay, and not only that, it want to performance of some of the efficient way. It must have some of the objectives. Okay, so what are the objectives is needed for the healthy business activities mean? First one is the economic objectives. First one is economic objectives. So the economic objectives of business refers to the objective of earning profit. So the earning profit is one of the economic objectives, because without earning the profit, no business organizations cannot run in future and continuously. Okay, so what are the organizations are having the more profit? That organizations only will be survive continuously in our future and business world. Okay, and not only that, the economic objectives also other objectives that are necessary to be pursued to achieve the profit objectives, which include creation of customers, regular innovations, and best possible use of available resources. Okay, so in these economic objectives also consisting some of the creations of customers. Okay, how one business activity or how one business organizations will creating the customers mean for providing the good or the standard commodities and the continuing distribution of the commodities. Okay, so whenever the demand is raised in our societies, so within the next time, within the next day, or within the particular time, so the business organization have to distribute the commodities to the hand of the consumer. Okay, and not only that, so the business organization must be bring up the innovations within the particular gap of time. Okay, because now some of the peoples or all the peoples are want to use the different kind of the commodities. Okay, so within the particular days it will come to an end. Okay, so their interest to using that commodities will be disappear, it will be vanished or it will be reduced. Okay, so on the basis of reducing the usage of the commodities, the business organizations must be bringing out of the innovations. Okay, and some of the possible use of available resources. Okay, so even though in these economic objectives, some of the use of natural resources are there. Okay, by having the more natural resources, we must use that as the optimum level. Okay, how we are using the resources is based on our objective of business. Okay, suppose even when we have the more demand of the commodities, we should use the resources in the optimum way. Okay, so one of the one of the business objectives of economics Sir student. So in this economic objectives, one of the economic objectives, some of the innovations and the possible available resources and the creation of customers also will be come. Okay. Next is social objectives. Social objectives are those objectives of business which are decided to be achieved for the benefit of the society. Okay. So whatever is needed to improving the business organizations is taken from the society only. Okay, for example, the factor of productions, capital, and some of the natural resources, and the land for constructing the business organizations, and the unity and the support of the societies. Okay, so without these factors, one business organizations cannot able to continue in their world. Okay, so for the regain to the society, the business organization must have some of the social objective. Social objective mean, so the business organization must give back some of the benefit to the society in any one of the form. Okay, it may be the employment opportunity, or some of the credit facility, or some of the welfare planning. Okay, so etc. such as things. So the social objective must be undertaken by the business organizations. Okay, and not only that, sometimes the society also will be expecting the gain from the business organizations, because so many of the scarce resources are utilized by the business organizations from the society. Okay, so the society also will be expecting back from the business organizations. Okay, so no activity of the business should be aimed at giving any kind of trouble to the society. Okay, so without having the trouble of society, so no organization, no business organization will be improve their business activities. Okay, so all the business organization must have taken some of the social objectives. Next, organizational objectives. So the organizational objectives denote those objectives or organization intends to accomplish during the course of its existence in the economy, like expansion and monetizations or the modernization and supply of quality of goods to consumer customer satisfaction. Okay, so the business organization must have one of the objective for the purpose of improving their same organizations. Okay, so what are the factors or which things are needed to improving the business organization? Everything's also made by or created by the business organizations. Okay, so the expansion of modernizations, okay, and the supply of quality of goods and the consumer satisfaction. Okay, so this all factor is improving the organizations. Okay, the goodwill of the organizations. Okay, so these are the factors only called as a organizational objectives. Okay, so this type of the objectives also will be helpful to increase the goodwill of the business organizations. Okay, so this objectives also one of the most important objectives of business organizations, the organizational objectives. Okay, next, human objectives. Okay, human objectives. The human objectives refers to the objectives aimed at the well-being as well the fulfillment of expectation of employees as also of people who are disabled, handicapped and deprived of proper education and training. Okay, so the human may be considered as both consumer or the labor, those who are working in the same organizations. Okay, so if you are considering the labor, so the organization must provide the good salary and some of the proper remunerations or the proper incentive for their works. Okay, so if you are considering the consumer side, we have to provide the good commodities or the healthy commodities, and sometimes the human welfare also provided by the business organizations. Okay, and some of the employment for the disabled persons and handicapped persons, everything. Okay, the human objectives of business may include economic well-being of the employees, social and psychological satisfaction of employees, and development of human resources. Okay, so one business organization must provide the well-being for their employees. Okay, when they are having the well-being from the business organization, they will get some of the psychological satisfactions, and it will be useful to develop the human resources. Okay, the last one is national objectives. So the every business must have the objectives of fulfilling national goals and aspirations. Okay, because without the participation of individual organization or the business organization, there is no national improvement. Okay, if any of the nations want to increase their economic activity and their development, so all the business organization must have some of the objectives to improving our nation. So the goal of the country may be to provide employment opportunity to its citizen and revenue for its exchequer, become self-sufficient in the production of goods and services, promote social justice, etc. Okay, so by the way of the objectives of business organization, so we can bring the social justice in such a way of providing the employment opportunity for all, or removing the inequalities of income and wealth throughout the world, and some of the self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency mean, so the business organization given some of the self-reliance to the peoples to make the sufficient, self-sufficient or self-reliance to their living standard of the life. Okay, so the business activities should be conducted keeping these goals of the country in mind, which may be called national objectives of business. Okay, so whenever the business organization is going to continue on their business activities, so the organization must have the national objectives on their mind. Okay, in whichever way, so it is going to improve the national activities or the national income or the nation, that is called national objectives. Okay student, that second chapter has over. Okay, now we will go to the third chapter. Okay, the classification of business activities. Classification of business activities. So the manufacturers produce the goods for the consumers at one point of location. They distribute the goods to final consumer through intermediaries like wholesaler, retailer, and distributors, and the like, so many of them. So all this process taking place from the point of production to the point of consumption are collectively called as business activities. Okay, so what are the business activities are undertaken by the human activities for the purpose of distribution of the goods from the place of producer to the consumer, that is called business activities. Already we have studied, So all business activity can be classified into two broad categories. First one is industry and commerce. Okay, that also we have studied already. So now if we studied about the industry, it refers to economic activities which are connected with the conversion of resources into useful goods. Okay, so into useful goods mean what? So any of the industries had to undertaken the process of conversion the finished goods from the raw materials or the resources. Okay, by using the raw materials or the semi-finished product, which organization is became as a or convert to the finished product, that is called industry, right? So the production side of business activity is referred as industry. Okay, so what are the business activity? In this business activity, what are the processes undertaken on the side of production, that is called industry. So generally the term industry is used for activities in which mechanical appliances and technical skills are evolved. Okay, so if you want to produce any of the commodities, the technological skills and the mechanical appliances also needed along with the labor, right? So the term industry is also used to mean group of firms producing the similar or related goods. Okay, already we have studied the same concept in this different of micro and macroeconomics. What does that mean? Suppose if a single firms, that is called, that is concerned with the macroeconomics. Okay, suppose the number of firms are producing the similar goods, that also is called as a industries. Okay, the group of firms is called as a industry. The group of firm which has producing the similar goods, right? For example, cotton textile industry refers to all manufacturing units producing textile goods. Okay, like that different type of the industries or the firms are available in our nations. Okay, good. Okay, now we will go to the study of the kinds of industries. Now we will go to the study about the kinds of industries. So industries may be classified into two broad categories on the basis of activities, another one on the basis of size. Okay, so we can classify the industries broadly two types, on the basis of activities, another one is on the basis of size. Okay, first, if you are taking on the basis of activities, we can classify moreover three types: primary industries and secondary industries and tertiary industries. Okay, first we will study about the primary industries. What are the industries are coming to the primary industries? So under the primary industries, two industries are coming. First one is extractive industries and genetic industries. First we will study about the meaning of primary industries. So primary industry is concerned with the production of good with the help of nature. Okay, so the what are the product are produced by the help of the nature. It is a nature oriented industry which requires very little human effort. For example, agriculture, farming, forestry, fishing, horticulture, etc. These industries may be further subdivided as follows. Okay, for example, the primary industries, if you are considering the agriculture, so the land is the gift of nature, and for the cultivation of crops, the rain is very important, irrigations. Okay, the water is the nature of the gift of nature. Okay, so by using the land and the water and the seed also cannot produced by the human, this is also the gift of nature. Okay, so what is the human effort is needed in this agriculture mean? So we have to use all the resources in the proper way. Okay, so in the particular time gap we have to use all the fertilizer, all the seed, and we have to arrange the proper irrigation facilities. Okay, so next, if you are considering the fishing, so there is no need to make the investment. Okay, so we need some of the boat or some of the ship to catching the fish and some of the net. Okay, so we have to catch the fish, that is only the human effect. Okay, so the primary industries is considered with the production of goods with the help of the nature. Okay, so all the resources also will be catching or getting from the natures. Okay, with the help of the little amount of the human effort, if you are produce, if you earning income, if you are making any of the things, it is called primary industries. So the primary industries also divided as two types. First one is extractive industries, next one is genetic industries. Okay, so what's the meaning of extractive industries mean? These industries extract or draw out products from natural resources. The extractive industries supply some basic raw materials that are mostly product of geographical or natural environment. So product of these industries are usually transformed into many other useful goods by manufacturing industries. So important extractive industries include farming, mining, oil drilling, hunting and fishing operations. Okay. So many of the resources and the raw materials are already existing in this natural itself. Okay. So we have to extract the resources from the natural. Okay. For example, fishing. So the fish is always belonging in this sea. Okay, so we have to extract the fish from the sea. Okay, and the so many of the mining. So gold and the diamond and so many of the raw material of gold and diamond is always existing in this ground or earth. Okay, we have to extract the gold and the raw material of the diamond from the ground or the earth. Okay, next the farming, like that the oil drilling. So oil also one of the mineral, so it is also will be existing or will be belonging in this earth. We have to extract. Okay, so what are the product is collected in the way of extracting from the natural resources called as a extractive industries. Okay, and these industries always supply some of the basic raw materials, mostly product of geographical or the natural environment. Next is genetic industries. Next one of the divisions of the primary industries is genetic industries. So these industries remain engaged in breeding plants and animals for their use in further reproduction. The seeds, nursery companies, poultry, dairy, piggery, hatcheries, nursery, fisheries, etc. are the classic example of genetic industries. Okay, this genetic industries always called as the agro-based industries. Okay, so before arrival of the industrializations, how the human being was lived or they are earned some amount for their livelihood is called as genetic industries. Okay, so the human being was used to the animals and the seeds and some of the fisheries, everything for their livelihoods. Okay, and they are earned some of the money for their livelihood. That is called genetic industries. Okay, by using the other living being, if the peoples are producing some of the product is called as genetic industries. Next, secondary industries. So secondary industries mean these are connected with the using the materials which have already been extracted at the primary stage. So these industries process such materials to produce goods for final consumption or further processing by other industrial units. Okay, so what are the commodities already separated or extracting from the natural resources? By using these resources, if any other industries are becoming as a finished product or semi-finished product, that's called secondary industries. Okay, for example, mining of an iron ore is a primary industry, but manufacturing of steel by way of further processing of raw iron is secondary industries. Okay, by using the resources from the primary industries, if we are producing any of the other commodities, that is called secondary industries. Okay, by using the raw materials or resources, if you want to produce any other type of the commodities or goods, that is called secondary industries. The secondary industries also classified as two types. First one is manufacturing industries and construction industries. Okay, the manufacturing industries are engaged in producing goods through processing of raw materials and thus creating farm utilities. Okay, by using the raw materials, if any one of the commodity is farmed, it will be created the farm utility. Okay, for example, by using the iron ore, if you are producing the steel, for example the steel cart or the steel bureau and the steel desk mean, so the steel desk is having the farm utility. Okay, so they bring out diverse finished products which we consume or use through the conversion of raw materials or partly finished materials. Okay, by using the rubber, the raw material of rubber, we can use the tire or some of the cushion. Okay, so this tire or the cushion are called as finished product in this tire industries. Okay, but it is the semi-finished product for the car industries. Okay, next one is construction industries. So the construction industries are involved in the construction of building, dams, bridges, roads, as well as tunnels and canals. Okay, so what are the industries are involved to constructing the building, dams and bridges, roads, everything, that industries are called as a construction industries. Okay, so the secondary industries also classified as two types. First one is manufacturing industries. Next one is construction industries. Manufacturing industries are engaged in the producing goods through processing of raw materials into the finished products or creating the farm utilities. Okay, okay student, it's enough. So tomorrow we will study the remaining industries. In this area, if you have any doubt, please ask me. Thank you.